Am I the asshole for telling my parents they were bad parents to me? I 19M have an autistic brother 20M. He's fairly manipulative because he realized pretty quickly that the threat of a meltdown would get him his way every single time. He is considered high-functioning by medical personnel, but he's got my parents convinced he just doesn't understand what he's doing, and they don't ever punish him. Doctors have told them that he understands and that he knows what he's doing. They think they know better. They also expect me to revolve my entire life around him. I was never able to do anything I wanted because it upset his routine. I wanted to play a sport, nope, his routine. I wanted to get a job, nope, his routine. Friends, yeah, forget about that. I tried not to be resentful, but I am. The problem? My parents are flipping out because I plan to move several states away and in with my grandparents soon to attend school. They keep trying to guilt me into staying because of my brother. I usually just say that I'm sorry that they feel that way, but I'm still going. Well, here's where I might be the asshole. My mother was going on and on about how the world doesn't revolve around me and how I was being really selfish and how I was going to ruin my brother by doing this. How they'd always been the best parents they could be to both of us and we both got equal attention. I got frustrated and told her that she was delusional if she thought she or my father were ever good parents to me. They made my life revolve around my brothers. I had nothing of my own. He had to be the center of everything. I said he wasn't the center of the universe even though she tried to make him it. I told her that the only people who were selfish were her and my father because they actively ignored me in favor of babying my brother who played them like a fiddle to make sure he always got his way. I told her that his routine was not my problem, that it was up to them to make the appropriate adjustments, and asked if she really thought I'd just not live my life because of him. She started crying and I walked off and shut myself in my room. My father is demanding an apology for what I said, but I'm refusing. My grandpa said he's proud that I stood up for myself, but my parents are still demanding an apology for being an asshole. I don't think I need to give them one. Am I the asshole here?
Not the asshole. High five, virtual applause and standing ovation. I was literally fist pumping reading what you told your mom. Good for you. There is nothing to apologize for. You told her the truth. Edit. Wow. I didn't expect my comment to blow up like this. Thanks everyone for the upvotes and rewards. I am just a Redditor who really felt for OP's situation.
Not the asshole. Your parents abused you. They had this coming. I hope you find a better life and better family out there.
NTA, any chance you can move now?
Not the asshole. Neither your mom nor your dad wanted to hear the truth. They know you are right and want you to apologize for their abuse of you. As you said, they never wanted to listen to anyone who told them other than what they wanted to hear, and that includes you, Granddad. Do not back down. If either brings up the idea of apology again, ask them when they are going to apologize to you for depriving you of having a life of your own. Do exactly what you did here, detail the myriad ways they have consistently ignored you to make your manipulative brother happy. Move to be with your grandparents as soon as you can and when possible, start some counseling, therapy to put dysfunction behind you.
I told her that his routine was not my problem, that it was up to them to make the appropriate adjustments, and asked if she really thought I'd just not live my life because of him. Less than looks left. Less than looks right. Yep, that about sums it up. Well done. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. Have an excellent time in college.
Not the asshole. Your parents made the universe revolve around your brother and now they want you to play into a silly fantasy where they didn't do that. Think about it this way. You have demonstrated that your parents are easily manipulated, selfish, and foolish. Would you really trust their judgment on whether they are owed an apology?
Not the asshole. You said what needed to be said. You need to live your own life.
Not the asshole. I am so sorry. It is really hard being the sibling of a disabled sibling sometimes. I, too, had to give up a lot, but their expectations of you are beyond extreme. Enjoy college. Hopefully, this hard truth and time apart will allow your parents to reflect on how they treated you and they can attempt to try and mend their relationship with you on your terms. Not the asshole. I think that you needed to tell them your truth, and that they need to hear it at least once. I also think that they have been deluding themselves about the situation for almost 2 decades, and I don't think that you can change that. I expect that they will be more obnoxious to live with since you told them how you feel, but please do not back down. Let them know that they sacrificed your life for the sake of your brother's routine and that you don't appreciate it. I told her that his routine was not my problem, that it was up to them to make the appropriate adjustments, and asked if she really thought I'd just not live my life because of him. This is probably exactly what they thought. That you would just do whatever was easiest for them, not what was best for you. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. When you move out, make sure you take all important documents like your SSN card and birth certificate with you.
Not the asshole. My brother has autism, so I understand this pretty well. He's not high functioning like your brother, but I went through the same thing as you did, always having to live your life around him and his routine. You have every right to feel the way you do. Hell, I still do. Not my brother's fault. Get out and live your life. Your parents need to wake up and realize what your brother is doing, because one day they're not gonna able to care for him anymore, then it'll be too late.
Not the asshole. You don't need to apologize for telling the truth. No matter how much it hurts them to hear it. At most, I would tell them you don't think they made an intentional decision to favor your brother, but that doesn't mean it didn't happen, nor does it make it okay.
Not the asshole. Your life should not revolve around your brother's. Further, you are an adult, and your parents are just 100% in the wrong here. Enjoy being around your grandparents, and your parents are totally the Oz here. You did nothing wrong and nothing to apologize for. Even if you go no contact or low contact with your parents for a while, you will still be in the right, and that might not be a bad idea. I'm with the others that I saw, not the asshole. No way. No how. I'm shocked at the number of times I see parents trying to make a child the responsibility of one of the others. My oldest is our last resort if we both die, to have her take care of the youngers that are too young to live on their own. I'd hate to see her change her life plans for kids that aren't hers, so to have your parents try to do that to you is appalling to me. Good luck with school.
Not the asshole. I'm autistic, and this is why I'm leery of people who strongly force their kids to be friends with the autistic kid. It's not fair to the neurotypical person involved, and can easily result in situations like this one, if unchecked. They're abusing you, and you need to get out. I'm so glad you have your grandpa on your side.
Not the asshole. I've noticed it seems sometimes the siblings of disabled children get pushed to the side, and while I understand these kids require a lot of attention, parents can be there for multiple children. It doesn't have to be that way. One of my nieces is disabled and requires a high level of care, non-verbal, feeding tube, wheelchair bound, to give you an idea, but it hasn't stopped her sister from doing extracurricular activities, including having someone take them to sports and music practice, going on trips with just mom and dad, or with grandma and grandpa, or even with her other aunts, etc. You had two parents. Even if other family wasn't close by to help out, they could have juggled providing a semi-normal childhood for you and accommodated your brother. They chose not to.
My mother was going on and on about how the world doesn't revolve around me and how I was being really selfish. You're only worried that my life will stop revolving around you.
Not the asshole. I'm with Gramps. Just because you carry a burden well doesn't mean it's not heavy. You probably tried not to complain too much, they'd just call you selfish anyways, and stay out of your brother's way, 'cause if he threw a tantrum, no matter what, that's your fault. You've been walking on eggshells your whole life, and all your mom cared to see was, at least he's doing his part to make brother happy. You spoke your truth, and as harsh as it may be, that's still your truth. You can apologize for being harsh, but tell them what you said is how you feel, and you shouldn't have to sacrifice your life anymore for your brother when your parents never would even think to ask that of him.
Not the asshole. High-functioning autistic individuals, like myself, for example, tend to be well aware of nearly everything. Normal people are, hence the term high-functioning. Medical professionals clearly agree. So your parents are doing as much harm to your brother by reinforcing his behavior as they are to you by treating you like an afterthought. When they are gone, no one is going to give your brother the level of deference your parents do, and he won't have any concept of how to cope or function in that paradigm. Get out while you can. Glad your grandparents are on your side.
Not the asshole, and they needed to hear it. Go forth and live your life with no guilt whatsoever. Your parents can deal with the monster they created. Not the asshole. She started this conversation, you corrected her assumptions. It sounds like your brother comes by his manipulative ways honestly, he takes after your parents. I'm glad your grandfather is on your side and he's right. You stood up for yourself after years of their emotional, psychological neglect of your needs. You should be proud of yourself. You don't owe anybody an apology here.
Not the asshole. I'm proud of you for standing up for yourself. Your mother only cried because she knows deep down inside you are right. It's a very big pill to swallow, so she rather run off and cry and manipulate you into thinking you're wrong.
Not the asshole. And you grandpa sounds amazing. I'm glad you'll be moving in with him so you can start your life. Your parents chose to bring you into this world, but it is your life and your choice. Somebody once told me that we have no obligation to the people that created us. They may have made us, but you are born with basic human rights, and the right to liberty, freedom, and happiness. Don't let them hold you back.
Not the asshole. What's your mom's plan here? You never move out, get married, have a job outside the regular 9 to 5, or have a life because of your brother's schedule. She says the world doesn't revolve around you, which is true, but it really seems to revolve around what your brother wants and what makes your parents' lives easier. I fail to see how she could possibly think you two were treated the same with the obvious favoritism. 100% leave. Your life is going to finally start when you do, and don't apologize.
Same. Step-sister is autistic. Her every whim ran the household, and trumped the needs, wants of the other siblings. The thing is, she knew it. Reading your story made me not feel so alone experiencing that upbringing. So glad I left that environment. Downvote me, but I have an incredibly hard time even being around people with autism at this point. A friend kept trying to tell me, go see Peanut Butter Falcon. I tried to tell him, I literally cannot.
Not the asshole. I'm glad your grandpa is supporting you here. I hope you'll be happier and healthier living with them. Neglecting one child in favor of the other despite medical advice is ridiculous and selfish on their part, and you were right to call them out on it. If you didn't do it now, you'd have to eventually. They can't expect you to just stay put for the rest of your life, even if your brother wasn't capable of understanding it, because it's their job as parents to teach their child how to deal with change. Your parents abused you. I'm glad you're standing up for yourself, because I still go back and try to make peace with their fucked up ways. Not the asshole. Good for you, man.
Not the asshole, and something to live by. If someone who sees both sides of the situation, and presumably cares for all parties, is behind you, that's a good indicator of what's what. Your granddad sees it.
NTA. This seems to happen a lot. The normal, or healthy, kid is neglected and the parents are super stoked when it bites them in the ass.
The apology you should give is for yourself for not telling him off sooner. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. You have nothing to apologize for. You couldn't play sports, have a job, or friends because of your brother, and because your parents took the easy way for them, pleasing him. And they are calling you selfish for not wanting to stay. You're 19 and they completely stunted your growth and independence. I'm glad you have your grandfather in your corner. You might see about moving earlier, TBH. Wonder if they will ever apologize to you for how you were treated.
Not the asshole is someone who has high-functioning autism. I hate people like your brother. I wouldn't even dream of manipulating my parents like that. It's horrible. Not the asshole. Even grandpa is sick of this mess. NTA. And be careful, because I have read plenty where parents tend to dump the disabled child on healthy child when they die.
Not the asshole. Your parents were trying to gaslight you two into believing you actually did have a good childhood when it sounds like you really didn't. No friends, no work, no sports. Bullshit.
I grew up with an autistic younger brother, and everything in my life had to revolve around my brother too. He wound up being very self-absorbed person, though he's improved a lot since our mom died. I loved several states away for college and never looked back. Good for you for doing the same. And good for you for keeping it real and telling your parents what, honestly, they need to hear. They are doing your brother no favors, raising him like that. Oh, and definitely not the asshole. Go live a good life, get away from this bullshit.
NTA.
Not the asshole. If the truth makes your mom cry, she should change her behavior.
Not only should you not apologize, you really need to keep pounding away your point. Not the asshole.
Not the asshole. I don't even know you and I'm so proud of you. Go to your grandparents. Live the best life that you can live.
Not the asshole. What you said to mom was 100% correct. But you are also correct that they are delusional. Their whole world is skewed, their reality in no way matches your reality and they will never see it or admit to it. They are angry that their indentured servant, op, is leaving and there'll be more work for them. I don't doubt it sucks to be in their shoes, but they're doing neither of you boys a favor by catering to brother's every whim. If he is truly high-functioning, he should be out and about, living in a place home for people that need a little extra looking after, or possibly on his own. If your parents would just listen to the doctors, life could improve for everyone.
Me and my older autistic brother have the exact same age gap as you and your brother, and I sympathize with you completely. I am swelling with pride with how you have handled this situation. You did exactly what I have dreamed of doing and have honestly inspired me to do the same. And #X200B. Not the asshole at all, and thank you.
Not the asshole you needed to tell the truth. Imagine being hindered because something would disrupt your brother's routine. Supposedly. I'm autistic as well, but I think next time your brother tries to play the meltdown card, let him have one because he knows exactly what he is doing. As for you, fair play for having it out with your parents. Karma will hit them and your brother super hard one day. Focus on healing. Maybe get yourself a nice job, some counseling and therapy, and join some support groups online of course due to the pandemic, because this will have a positive impact on your mental health. Not the asshole. Standing up for yourself and voicing your opinion should never be a problem. When you leave though, take everything of value with you. Especially documentation like passports, bank account information, licenses, SSN card if in the U.S. I would not be surprised if your parents held them over your head to make you return. Once you leave it may not be easy to get. Also, take anything of sentimental value, pictures, trophies, etc. I would not be surprised if your brother retaliates by breaking, taking or losing anything you leave behind. Essentially plan not to come back, just in case.
Absolutely not the asshole. Your parents do not own you, and neither does your brother. How could they not allow you to get a job? Did they plan to have you live with them with no money indefinitely to suit your brother? That's a ridiculous expectation to have. I am happy you stood up for yourself. It's hard to do with family. They won't believe it, but they're abusing your brother as well. Even if they let him stay at home forever and pay all his bills and care for him, one day they will die, and your brother won't know how to do a damn thing himself. I suggest telling him just that, and making it clear that you will not be taking over and letting him control your life once they're gone.
Not the asshole. Congratulations on standing up for yourself. You spoke your truth. Your parents and their enabling behavior has driven you away, and now they will have to live with that fact. If their son melts down over this, it's because he's never been given the skills or incentive to cope with anything. That's another consequence of their actions. Sounds like your Gramps is awesome too and he's got your back. Having a support system is an important part when you're blazing your own trail and making a better life for yourself. Good luck on all your endeavors.
Do they really expect you to never move away, or even out of the house, just to keep your brother happy? To never go to college, get a job, move out, have a family, relationship outside of the house? For that matter, does brother even care?